with I but not apostrophe, I think that's probably good enough to get started with. So I know the regular expressions are probably the hardest and most cryptic thing about most general purpose programming. The comments you see above this part do kind of give lip service to that, but here's what we can actually do. We can take this and put it into an interactive space. So let's say we actually took some of this tweet output that we had before. If I can actually get this to copy. Yeah, there we go. All right, so get some of this, and we're going to go to regexer. And regexer is essentially a regex test bed. Really simply, you put your regex expression here, and there are a couple options over here as well. Using the modifiers at the end, you can actually see some of that happen. What I'm going to do is actually just paste some of this in. And essentially what I'm looking for is trying to find the things that start with I'm, or actually don't start with I'm, right? Because these are the bad regex. These are the ones I want to filter out. So my expression will be caret, because caret represents the start of the line. And then from here, we're going to have caret again. This is one of the annoying things about regex, is this is actually reused, but caret at the beginning of square brackets, which actually just mean like this character or that character or that character or that character, is the negation. So what this actually means is show me tweets that don't start with I. Also, so this doesn't seem to actually be matching anything. Well, it's got one match. Wait, where's the one match? Oh, okay. Match at the beginning of the string or the beginning of the line. Oh, we actually want to have multi-line flags enabled here. Flags, ignore case, global, and multi-line. Okay, there we go. So, okay, so one thing that we're actually seeing here is that the word interviewer is matching. That's not what we want, because interviewer starts with I. So the thing for that is actually ignoring the case. And I want to point out that, so the regex itself is delimited by a slash at the beginning and a slash at the end. And then the flags come in after it. So I could actually put these in, and you can see them. Oh, wait, not here. Back to the Twitter bot. You can actually put them in right here, just the way you're seeing them there. So actually, I want not M, because I'm actually interested in the beginning of the tweet, but I want I and I want G. So far, so good. So this is actually going to match things that don't start with I, or start with I but not apostrophe after it, and the I can be capital or it can be lowercase. All right, so we'll do a little bit more with the expression here. So the other one that I did was a pipe. Pipe actually means do to the left, match what's on the left, or match what's on the right of it. And you can combine those with parentheses, which actually create classes. So you can make like a little sub-match here that's like A or B, for example. In this case, pipe on the outside of any parentheses just means like the entire regex matches either this or that. So it would be beginning of string, not I, or beginning of string, I, and then not apostrophe. So it matches interviewer now. What we're really looking for is just not matching I'm, because these, remember, these regexes are going to remove cases where this doesn't happen. So I'm so over everything. I'm so over the one-sided friendships and relationships. These are actually working. So let's see. So that's about what we have here. Okay, with the bad regex. Great. Okay, so now here's the cool part. What we're going to do, now that we've actually filtered out some results that we don't want from Twitter search, we're going to take the resulting results, everything that actually got through that first filter, and we're going to turn it from one thing into another thing. So that's where we're going to use replacement from and replacement to, and replacement from can be just a basic string, or it can be a regular expression like our bad regex above. Replacement to is always a string, so that's going to be what we put in place wherever we find replacement from the first time. So what I'm looking for here is, I'm so over. This is just going to match the first thing. Now, the reason why I'm doing it as a regex is because I want case-insensitive matching, so that's the I. Not going to put global this time, which matches all the cases, but also I want to make sure that I'm catching any amount of spaces. So one or more spaces with using the plus, which is an operator that just means like one or more of the character that comes before this. So I'm one or more spaces, so one or more spaces, then over, that's it, right? So we catch that. Now we replace that with, I just can't get enough of. Okay, saving that. Now we've essentially got about everything we need to do. We have our bot configured to use the API. We have something to search for. We have something to filter out, and we have something to transform. So from here, there's only a few more things we need to do. So the first thing is we probably want to do a little bit of testing before we actually start this on its time-based tweeting way. Before we do anything, we actually need to load the variables we made up here into the script's properties object. I'm not going to attempt to explain why that is, but essentially the idea is that the properties object is what we send to the Twitter library for reading out and using these values. And they also are persistent in a way that it's not really with variables in the script. So we'll do that. We'll run setup initial properties. We also have to actually give the script permission to run. This is via Google, by the way, not Twitter. So essentially, Google says, okay, you're trying to do something that uses stuff and does it under your account. Are you sure you want to do that? Say yes. I trust all this stuff implicitly because I wrote it. I can understand if you wouldn't, but I guarantee that what's in Twitter lib, which is the library underlying this, is exactly what you get in the open source version of it you see on GitHub. So you can audit all of the what do you call it? Audit all of the functionality if you're concerned. So now what we have is a couple things. We have search tweets. The function is called search tweets, but it actually is also doing the transform. What we're interested in looking at right now is seeing if the search functionality and the replacement is giving us the results that we're after. So we're going to try that. So we're going to call search tweets from the run menu. Okay, now we're going to look at the logs, and the logs are going to tell us essentially what came out of it. So we have a little bit of like debug stuff of the don't worry about this stuff so much, but it is telling you a little bit about like the variables that went in. I think I probably like just left a log statement in here that I didn't mean to. But anyway, here's where it actually gets to tweets with successful replacement, and we see I just can't get enough of the X factor. I just can't get enough of everybody right now. We have an RT here, which is I just can't get enough of people. Now that's actually rather interesting because I thought that the bad regex that we wrote should have gotten rid of that. And then I just can't get enough of people, which I guess was the original one by Baby Tanishi. So these are pretty good. It's also kind of funny that it's like, if you thought about this in its original context where it's like, I'm just so over people, and then it's essentially like stab, 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 stab. Somebody might be really angry, but then it's like, I just can't get enough of people, stab, 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 stab. It makes it seem like something completely different. And that's sort of the fun in doing search and extract things like this. Taking statements, especially out of context, especially if you're the person who's changing the context, and making it work. So let's see. One thing I'm definitely going to do here is bad regex RT. I don't want RTs at the like textual RTs at the beginning of it. So now we'll try running it again, and we'll see if that goes away. Search tweets. and log. I just can't get enough of being here at my parents'. Oh, it's still showing me RTs. Why is that? Also, wait, wait, I think I might know why that is. Careful with the global flag, because, yeah, that's probably just don't want to use, since this is just a testing regex, it's probably best to not use the G modifier for it. I think that's probably the thing that I screwed up here. Go back to, I'm going to set the last thing to search for at 0. Just make sure that we get reasonably similar things from before. I'll run this again, see what the logs say. Oh, there were no tweets with successful replacement. I'm wondering now if maybe I don't need this anymore. Now we search. All right, so let's do this then. We're going to set bad regex at nothing. And I just want to see, I want to see it actually give me some results, just to make sure that I'm not doing a bad replacement on it, or a bad match and test at the beginning here. Okay, search. That's one. Okay, I just can't get enough of yesterday. Yes, I'm affected, but I'm not going to let it make me sad. See, that one would work. All these ones with RT at the beginning don't want. Lol. Actually, I would be okay with lol. I might actually add that in as like an exception. So let's see. All right. Set the bad regex up again as it was. Now run setup initial and search. Grommet, we have a problem. Let's try that real quick and see, make sure that that's happening. Yeah, you actually need to search. Okay, that one worked. I don't know why my regex is going weird. What does regexer say? I have a thought. I'm wondering if this was a curly. Let's see. Don't use global. Oh, right. Of course, because it's. I need to be global here because it's trying to match everything.